Okay, so about 6 hours ago we had a brand new ZX Spectrum game. This is for the 128K models. This is Mighty Final Fight. I've been waiting for this one for quite a little while now, and finally we've got it. So here we go then. So obviously you're going to want to be using Kempston really if you're going to be using a controller with this. So if you just go down to settings and select Kempston like I've just done. We've also got an option for music being on or off, and also for the sound effects being on or off. There we go. So this is the first time I'm playing this game. Literally, I'm recording this as my first time gameplay. Okay, so we got the same setup of characters as the original Final Fight. So I'm going to go for my favourite. I think I'm going to go for... Okay, so this is our selection screen. I'm going to go for Hager. And I'm going to just dive into game. So, start tape and don't touch. Okie dokes. So, to jump on this, I'm just pressing action button and pressing D-pad. Here's our first enemy. So actually last night I released gameplay of a new ZX Spectrum 128K game that was Alias Neoplasma, and I just got news today that this one's came out, so it's good news for ZX Spectrum fans. So my first impressions of this, very polished, like extremely polished game, and the sprite movement is really impressive. It's very fluid. There's even fine details in this, like that little rat moving across the screen there. I quite like that. If we check out the top right of the screen, we'll see our enemies. Health depleting, just like in Final Fight. So nice little touches the coder has put into this. And you know, something else which I admire about today's Spectrum games and other micro games in general is there's once a time where games you could only really use music or sound effects, but these days you get both. So yeah, I'm not too good at this one. So yeah, this is a free download, and you can contribute to the developer of this game, which I always recommend you doing. They've coded you a new game. And if you enjoy it, obviously send over your $3, €3, suggested to download this. Show the developers a little bit of appreciation. But yeah, regardless, it's a free download, and I'll leave the link for this in my description. That's the itch.io website, which is one of my favourite websites, where most games these days are coming out on for these vintage retro platforms. So I'm pretty sure this one was a Nintendo NES game once. I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong, but it looks like the coder behind this Spectrum port is taking inspiration from that version. I'm sure Mighty Final Fight has been done before. But you know, really strictly as a microcomputer geek myself, I tend to follow games for those platforms, Spectrum, Commodore, Amstrad, You know all those sort of microcomputers of the 80s, very early 90s. That's really my thing. So console-wise, I'm not really. As much as I like consoles, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't really follow the scene as much as I do for cassette tape and disc base computers. Whoa! Oh, even got a pause on this. I just pressed that by fluke. Cool. I just noticed when I hit the enemies, they're actually making expressions. So yeah, that's a nice little touch too. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, check out my other playlists. If you're into modern games for vintage platforms, I've got a lot at this point, mainly Commodore 64, but like I said just a minute ago, I did do a little gameplay video on the new Aliens game Neoplasma last night. Also I did a couple of Amstrad games, so they're worth checking out if you're into these type of things. And to play this, I'm using this through Retrobat. I use Retrobat to play a lot of these games. And I've also got setup tutorials, setup guides to get you up and running with Retrobat, so that's worth checking out if you're not aware of Retrobat. So I'm kind of glad this one came out today. Tomorrow I'm off to Sheffield. If you're anywhere else in the world not sure where Sheffield is, Sheffield was famous for the film The Full Monty, which was recorded there in the 90s. A band called Pulp. Jarvis Cocker came from Sheffield. So anyway, we're off going to see Gladiators, which has been recorded at Sheffield tomorrow. And what I'm planning on doing with that is recording the time there if we're allowed cameras inside while we're going to see it. So if we are, it'll make a really good video for my channel. Obviously, Gladiators being very retro. Sheffield, again, I just had to put this out there. There was a real extreme 1980s film called Threads about nuclear war, and it went down as history as one of the most brutal type films the BBC produced in, yeah, Threads is, whoa. For its time, even to date, that's a really extreme film. So I'm not sure if you've just seen that, but I just hit an enemy into another enemy, and it kind of detected that collision, and the other enemy went down as well. It's very cool stuff. You can see a lot of time and energy has gone into producing this game. So yeah, as far as ZX Spectrum goes, there isn't really a great deal of decent fighting games on it. You know, with the exceptions of Renegade and a couple of others. So it's nice to see games like this come out, which is doing the Spectrum a little bit of justice in terms of fighting games. And of course, we had a little while back, a little preview gameplay video I did of a C64 fighting game, which I did a gameplay of. That was NSK versus Capcom. So what is this here? Some sort of bonus part? Yeah, really nice touch. So we got a bit of a bonus part here, which gives us the ability to grab a weapon. Damn. Okay, so here's our boss, like in the original final fight. Whoa, we're not going to fight him there. Okay, so we're going to fight the boss here then. I am Thrasher, ruler of this city. Okay, let's take this asshole out. Cool. That's it, that's a Mighty Final Fight. You can grab this at itch.io. This is where I've downloaded it from. It's a free download. But until next time, stay retro.